Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're diving into something that everyone experiences at some point in their life, and often, perhaps even, negative thinking and the feeling behind it, and the feeling of being stuck there. So, work and life can be deeply rewarding, but they're also stretching, unpredictable, and let's be honest, exhausting at times. And when you're tired or juggling too much, those thoughts can creep in. Am I doing enough? Am I failing at this project? I can't keep up with everything on my plate. Sound familiar? I can't keep up with everything on my plate. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. Those thoughts are normal, but we don't have to stay stuck in them. And that's why today matters. We're going to talk about reframing and the power of a growth mindset. Practical tools you can use in real time, especially when pressure is high. But before we get into it, I'd like you to do a small reset. Protect this next 30 minutes as if they're sacred time. Silence notifications, close those distracting tabs, maybe even roll your shoulders back and take one deep breath. This is your space to reflect, recharge, and see life through a new lens. And as we move through this, I'll share stories, practical techniques, and reflective pauses. And I'll sure hope to keep it interesting. So let me start with a moment in my own journey. There was a season where I felt completely stuck, as though challenges were brick walls with no way around. When plans fell apart, I'll tell myself, see, you're not capable enough. This is proof you're falling behind. But here's what I discovered. Those walls weren't actually walls at all. They were doorways. The doorway only appeared when I adjusted the way I was looking at the situation. And that adjustment, that's called reframing. Reframing isn't denial. It's not pretending everything is fine. It's choosing to see the challenges through a lens of possibility rather than limitation. A growth mindset asks questions like, what can this teach me? Where's the opportunity here? How might I grow from this setback instead of being defined by it? Sometimes that shift comes from a single question, and that one question can transform overwhelm into resilience. So, why do we think negatively? And why does it feel so damn automatic? And why does it feel so automatic? Our brains are wired with what's called a negativity bias. It's designed to scan for problems and keep us safe. That is the amygdala. It is very useful for survival, but it's not so helpful for peace of mind and emotional well-being in all kinds of situations. And on top of that, many of our strong reactions today are connected to old experience, often from childhood, that shaped how we see ourselves and the world. Maybe someone continuously dismissed you when you needed support. Maybe there was constant criticism when you were trying your best. Or maybe the people who were supposed to nurture you and protect you couldn't because of their own pain. When those moments happen early and often, our brain builds frameworks, reference points that say, this is how people treat me. This is what I'm worth treating for. This is how I'm worth to be treated. This is how safe I can get. This is what I must do to belong or feel loved. And often those maps are built on unmet needs. needs of safety, needs of acceptance, of belonging, of being celebrated, going unmet consistently. In those painful experiences, they are past realities, not the truth that was supposed to have happened to you. So fast forward today to adulthood, you're in a completely different situation, but your brain sees something that feels similar to that old hurt. A colleague dismissing your idea triggers an old feeling of I'm not respected, I'm not accepted, I'm not seen. A comment from a boss sounds like I'm failing again. A financial setback whispers I'm unsafe, I'm not enough. Here's a real life example. You're in a meeting, sharing a project you've been working hard on, and someone actually says, sharing a project you've really worked hard on, and someone casually says, I don't think that approach will work. It's just a comment, not aimed at you personally, even. But before you can even think, you feel that sting in your chest and hear that thought, oh, I'm incompetent, I'm failing. That fear, am I incompetent? Am I actually failing? That reaction is way bigger than what the moment actually asks. Because it's tapping into that old narrative you didn't even realize was still there. These are called emotional triggers, and they're often powered by old, unhealed stories. Unless we become intentionally aware of what we're thinking, feeling, and doing in those moments, these old patterns will keep running the show. They'll keep us stuck in negativity loops. But here's the good news. We are not stuck there. By slowing down and becoming aware, we can start to choose differently, even in those moments. We can realign our thinking and behavior with the truth of who we really are, not the old realities shaped by past pain or by caregivers who didn't always get it right. So, apart from going on a healing journey to work through old wounds and memories, which is so important for long term change, and I want to encourage you, yet today and now, we're going to focus on practical techniques you can start using immediately to overcome negative thinking. These are tools you can apply in the moment, even while you're still on that deeper healing journey. So we're going to look at three main ways or pillars to overcome negative thinking. First up is spiritually. Secondly is emotionally and psychologically. And thirdly is physically, the body. So it's the spirit, the soul, and the body. So let's start with the spirit. Nurture your inner compass. When your spiritual or purpose-driven tank when your spiritual or purpose-driven tank is empty, negative thinking hits much harder. So nourishing this part of yourself helps anchor your mind, giving you clarity, resilience, and perspective. So ways to do this. Firstly, connect with something larger than yourself, whether that is a faith tradition, a sense of purpose, or a guiding philosophy. It could be through reading, reflection, or meditation. Then engage in meaningful connection. Spend time with people who uplift, support, and challenge you. And community and belonging reduce stress and remind you that you're not facing life alone. Then reflect and celebrate. Pause to acknowledge wins, big or small, and notice what gives your life meaning. Ever, even a 30-second reflection or a written note of gratitude can center you. So here's a pause moment. Take 20 seconds now to think of one thing this week that brought you purpose, connection, or meaning, and recognize that. Remember, when you consistently nurture your inner compass through reflection, connection, or purpose driven action, you create a stable foundation that helps your mind stay balanced, focused, and less prone to negative thinking. So, our second pillar is emotional and psychological. That is building our resilience and our self belief. We can't stop stress from happening. Life will bring challenges. Work will stretch us. And negative thinking will pop up. It's normal. But what we can do is strengthen how we respond. Think of a palm tree in a tropical storm. It bends with the wind, but it doesn't break. That's resilience. And resilience comes when we build our inner self belief and train our mind to focus on what is good, hopeful, and true, even in the middle of hard moments. The words we speak literally shape our brain's pathway. So let's start with affirmations. The words we speak literally. So, the first technique to strengthen our resilience and our So, the first technique to build resilience and self belief is affirmations. The words we speak literally shape our brain's pathways because the words we speak come from our internal self talk that's gone before that. So, we've already spoken it to ourselves before it was uttered. But the moment we speak it, it's almost as if it's becoming truth. Neuroscience calls this neuroplasticity. What you repeatedly focus your mind on and speak out loud rewires your brain physically. So if we leave our thoughts on autopilot and they run around and we allow our thoughts to run and we allow a negative thinking loop to take its toll, they will default to old negative patterns, often linked to past hurts that we haven't resolved or healed, or harsh words we've believed as the truth about ourselves. So, affirmations are one way to retrain those thought patterns and create healthy, forward moving self talk. So, how do we start? This is a journey, yet, here are some steps. Firstly, write down affirmations about your worth and ability. That is a journey in itself. These are positive, truth based statements about who you are and what you can do. You can be inspired by people that you admire in their character and in their behavior. You can ask people, your loved ones, what they love about you. Yeah. These are positive, truth based statements about who you are and what you can do. Place them where you can see them often. Think on a mirror, on your laptop, a background, your phone's wallpaper, by your desk, even next to your coffee machine. And then say them aloud whenever you see them. Hearing yourself say these words reinforces them in your brain. So, here's some examples that can get you started. I am able to do hard things. Even in tough times, I can solve problems and get through this. I've done it before, I can do it again. I am witty, clever, and a problem solver. I can figure this out. I am kind and courageous. I can act calmly and gently. If you want to go deeper, identify core strengths and values with a personality profile and a values clarification activity. Then reflect on those strengths and those values and how it makes you feel proud and good about yourself and who you are and the life you want to live and how you want to live it. Then choose a story or two that inspires you and reflect on what about that story inspires you. Read up on the context and the execution of the characters in that story. Then think of a character in your life you admire and why they admire and why you admire them. How their actions and characteristics resonate with your own desires and passion. And from there, use this list that you've made of the strengths, the values, the characteristics. Use that list of affirmation words and create statements that feel deeply personal, that is yours, not mine or the internet's. Then start those words with I am and end them with therefore I can. For example, I am wise and resourceful. Therefore, I can make good decisions even in stressful moments. I want to give you time, just 30 seconds now. Grab a pen and paper if you have, or type it up. Just some affirmation, one or two that pops to your mind right now. Then the second way of building resilience and self-belief is gratitude. That is, shift your focus to what is good. Affirmations set the tone for how you see yourself. Gratitude changes the tone of how you see your life. And together, they work like a reset button for your mind and emotions. When we practice gratitude, we shift from focusing on what's missing or wrong to, to noticing what is good, strong, and worth celebrating, even in difficult times. There are two types of gratitude. And let's start with the first one. It is current blessings. What are you thankful for right now? Examples: I'm grateful for my health. I'm thankful for my support system, friendships, or the simple joy of laughter of my children or at the workplace. Then, secondly, the second gratitude is lessons from past challenges. What has hardship taught you? Maybe patience, problem solving, compassion, or the ability to get back up again. Challenges often grow things in us that comfort never could. So, taking it one step further, look at your current challenges and dare to say, this is hard, but it's teaching me something valuable, like before. So, ask, what am I learning through this season? It might be resilience, empathy, creativity, or simply learning to ask for help. And all of these build strength. I want to give you 30 seconds and just write one thing you're grateful for right now, whether that is your current blessing, something you're thankful for that a previous challenge taught you, or something that you can see right now in your current challenge that you are thankful for. So why does these two work so well together? So why does these two work so well together? Affirmations and gratitude are like a double-layered foundation. Affirmations remind you who you are and what you're capable of. And gratitude reminds you what's already working and what you've already overcome. Together, they change the tone of your thoughts from I can't handle this to I am strong enough to handle this and I'm thankful for what I've already learned. These are simple habits, but they build a flexible, resilient mindset like the palm tree that bends with life but doesn't break. So, part three in our emotional and psychological, our soul pillar. So, we've looked at gratitude and affirmation. Now, we're going to look at reframing and how the growth mindset plays into that. This is about cultivating possibility into your yard of life. So let's look and return to the yard analogy or yard picture that we talked about in the concept of boundaries. Imagine you've been planting seeds all season in your yard. That is like your goals, projects, your intentions. But when challenges arise, you see dead patches, weeds, or stones in the soil and think, I failed. This is hopeless. I won't have a good yard, good garden. But here's the truth. Those dead patches and weeds aren't signs of failure. They're opportunities. They're invitations to look at your yard differently, to work with what's present and is already working, rather than wishing it weren't there or like that. So reframing is like turning a weed into compost. What looks like a setback can actually nourish growth if you shift your perspective. A growth mindset asks, what can this teach me? Where is the possibility here? How might I grow from this challenge rather than being defined by it? You want that beautiful garden. You go get it. Right? You go get it and understand how you can do it and work towards it. Here's a reflection. Looking at your yard metaphorically. Where have you been seeing dead patches or weeds in your life or in your work? And how could a small shift in perspective turn them into growth? Here's a reframing tool. Here are actually Here are actionable ways to cultivate a growth-oriented perspective. First up, pause, as Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response. As Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus, that trigger that is happening, and our response lies our freedom to choose. Yeah? Like Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus, what is happening, and response, our response is a gap. And in that gap lies our freedom to choose how we're going to respond. Okay, so pause and name the emotion and the thought. Reacting before reacting to a setback. Pause and identify your thought, but also the emotion it brings up. For example, you think, I can't handle this project. And notice the accompanying feeling of anxiety or frustration. Naming both creates a space between the thought and emotion and your response. Like stepping back from a weed and noticing both its shape and its roots before deciding how to take it out. Otherwise, you leave some roots behind. So this step grounds you in awareness. Ah, here's the thought. Here's the emotion. I see them both without being swept away with them. And now, once we have done a bigger growth journey or healing journey, we can start recognizing where this thought comes from in our past. So that every time we do these three steps in the moment, we understand, oh, this thought comes from that unmet need. But we understand that is not a truth. So I am worthy and I'm capable. So here I go forward. Okay, so we continue with the steps. Now, the second step after you named your thought and emotion, the second step is ask the growth question. Shift from judgment to curiosity. What can I learn here? What is the challenge trying to show me? How might I grow from this rather than it defining me? Okay, then we want to reframe the story. That's how we end. We want to write down one negative thought and the associated emotion, and then rewrite it with a growth lens. So the original statement might say, I'm not capable of handling this project, and the emotion is anxiety and frustration. And we can reframe it to, I haven't mastered this yet, but I can learn and grow through the process as I've done before. And the emotion is now perhaps hope and curiosity. So, as a micro reflection, throughout your day, take 1 to 2 minutes to notice moments where you felt limited or frustrated, triggered, right? Then stop, pause, name the thought and emotion, ask the growth question, and reframe. These mini practices act like watering your mental soil, keeping your mindset fertile and adaptable. Remember, your mindset is like the nutrients in your yard. It determines how seeds grow, how flowers bloom, and how weeds are managed. So choose one negative thought. Once you start doing this, observe how your perspective shifts, how resilience grows, and how possibilities open up where before there seemed only limits. Remember, growth doesn't mean perfection. It means cultivating your yard with intention, curiosity, and patience. Each small shift, each small shift compounds into a thriving mindset, ready to meet life with clarity, courage, and creativity. Our third but not last, our third pillar. Our third pillar of overcoming negative thinking and growing a mindset. Our third pillar of overcoming negative thinking and becoming resilient is the body, remember? The physical reset. That is nourishing the soil of resilience. Let's go back to that yard metaphor again. Imagine your yard has rich soil, but you never water it. Day after day, you plant more seeds, pull more weeds, and pile on more tasks. And eventually the soil dries, cracks, and nothing new can thrive. That's what happens when we neglect our physical body. Our body is the soil of your life, the stage on which your emotions and thoughts play out. And when the soil is depleted, even the best seeds, your goals, your intentions, your affirmations, struggle to grow. And here's the science behind it. When your body is tense, dehydrated, or exhausted, your brain interprets it as a threat. The amygdala interprets it as a threat, even when nothing dangerous is happening. And that's why when you're run down or overstimulated, negative thoughts gain power. But the good news is that your body can also be your reset button. A physical reset is like watering the soil. Just a few minutes of intentional care through movement, breath, or rest. That signals back to your brain you're safe, you can relax. That shift changes how you think and feel almost instantly. So, if your body is the soil of your life, does it feel watered and nourished or cracked depleted. Here are some simple, powerful ways to reset during your day. First up, let's look at this sensory pause. It anchors yourself in the present moment. It's simple. It goes like this. Notice 3 things you can see. Notice 3 things you can hear. And notice and speak 3 things you can feel physically. This quick practice brings your mind out of the threat mode and grounds you into practicality. Next up is tapping. That is a body-based reset. Here's where it links to the reframing work we did earlier. When you paused and named the thought and emotion, notice where in your body you actually feel that emotion physically. Like in tight shoulders when you're anxious, pain in the heart when you're hurt or sad, or chest pressure when you feel anxious, or a stomach knot when you're fearful. So what is tapping? And how can one start using it? And how can one start using it? Tapping, or EFT, emotional freedom technique, helps calm the nervous system and bring clarity. And it is a practice where you tap your fingers on a specific And it's a practice where you tap your fingers on a specific acupressure point while focusing on an emotional or physical issue to reduce the stress, anxiety, or pain associated with it. So this is how it works. First up, acknowledge the issue. Again, like we did before, pause and name the specific thought and feeling within a challenge you're experiencing. Then create a statement, just like we did before with our affirmations. Develop a statement that acknowledges the issue and expresses self-acceptance. For example, even though I feel anxious about this project, I completely accept myself and I believe that I'm capable of figuring out the solution and handling difficult challenges effectively as I have done before. And then tap on the acupoints. Traditionally, tapping uses points like the eyebrow, the side of the eye, under the eye, under the nose, on the chin, on the collarbone, under the arm, and on top of the head. You can also tap on the heart, it's my favorite, on the sternum area, which is especially grounding for many people. This works by stimulating the vagus nerve, helping your body shift into relaxation, lower stress hormones, and calm the nervous system. So combine then your tapping with your statement. So repeat your acknowledgement phrase while tapping each point. So for instance, I will go, even though I feel anxious about this project, I completely accept myself and I believe that I'm capable of figuring out the solution and handling difficult challenges effectively as I've done before. To me, it actually calms me until my tippy toes. Then notice the shift. As you tap and speak your statement, your brain receives a calming signal, reducing the intensity of negative feelings and creating a space for clarity and resilience. So, notice where you physically feel the emotion in your body. Can you now? I want to encourage you today Notice when you feel emotions, where do you physically feel it? Then tap on that point or on your heart while naming the emotion and repeat an affirmative statement. Observe any shift in tension, breath, or perspective. Enjoy. Our next technique for our body physical reset, is micro movements. Our bodies were not designed to sit in stress. When we're anxious, tension gathers. Tight shoulders, clenched jaw, shallow breathing. That's your body preparing for fight or flight. A quick movement break resets that response. So either stand and stretch, go walk around your desk, or go step outside. Sun is very good for you, sun rays. Or do a brisk stair climb up and down. Do a few push ups, or even a simple shoulder roll. Movement tells your body you have control, you're safe. No need to stay on high alert. Okay. Then hydrate and rest. It sounds basic, but literally dehydration and exhaustion amplify stress. When you're underslept or underfueled, your brain processes challenges as bigger than they really are. Even small annoyances feel overwhelming. Like you would give a child when they're dysregulated and overstimulated, you would give them water because they might be thirsty, or even some solid food, nutritious food that calms them and regulates them. We need the same. So keep water nearby and sip throughout the day. Then take 5-minute rest pauses that you can rest, whether that is after 40 minutes of working, etc., depending on your rhythm. But in that 5-minute rest pause, close your eyes, breathe, or do the breathing exercise like we will now, or simply just sit still, look at something. And then protect your nighttime by dimming lights, switching off screens in the evening, or stretching and doing a stretching routine before bed. Quality sleep is the deepest reset of all. And then last but not least, box breathing. One of the quickest ways to calm your nervous system and quiet your mind. So imagine drawing a box with your breath. Okay. So we want to inhale through your nose for 4 counts. We want to hold for 4. We want to exhale slowly through your mouth for 4. We want to hold again for. And just 3 to 4 rounds can lower stress hormones and bring clarity back to your thinking. So let's do one round together of the box breathing exercise. Let's go. We'll wait for when we're in tune with the counter. Let's go. 1. Yeah. Let's wait for when we're in tune with the counter. Breathe out and hold. Let's do it again with the counter. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out and hold. Do that 3 to 4 times. You can do it more times if you're where you have a seat or at home on your bed, because you can get lightheaded, but it's actually a good thing. Okay. So today we explored 3 pillars that support resilience, clarity, and a growth mindset: spiritual grounding, psychological tools, and physical reset. So firstly, we looked at spiritually nurturing your inner compass. That is, connect with purpose, meaning, or community. Reflect on moments of growth, contribution, or connection. Our second pillar, psychologically, reframe and build resilience. We paused, we name your thoughts and emotions. We ask the growth question and we reframe our story. And thirdly, physically, we nourish the soil of our life. We use body-based resets to support our mind and emotions. Box breathing to calm the nervous system. Micro movements to stretch, walk, or roll those shoulders. hydrating and resting. Drink water, take short breaks, prioritizing sleep. And then tapping, EFT. Identify where you feel tension. Tap while repeating an affirmation. And tap while repeating that declaring affirmation. So, my challenge to you for the week, pick one action from each of these pillars and practice it daily. Notice the small shifts compounding into resilience, clarity, and growth. Because remember, these pillars work together. Nourish each, and your whole self thrives. If today's session stirred something in you, know that this is just the beginning. The Switch On to Life method is designed to help you go deeper, to reclaim your energy, rediscover your voice, and reconnect with yourself and others in authentic, life-giving ways. If you'd like to explore the full course material or personal coaching, I'd love to connect with you. So you can reach out for more information. You can follow me on @SwitchOnToLife on social media to connect with me. Or scan the QR code here, and you can also connect with me and head on over to the first module in the course, the Switch On to Life method, free of charge. So you've invested in your growth, and that's something worth celebrating. Thank you for giving yourself this time and space today. Goodbye.